We're at the Animal Humane Society today, and I'm with Carrie, and we're going to talk about how to know if your family is ready for a pet, because it actually is a really big commitment.
It is. It can be many, many years of a commitment. So we want to make sure everybody's really ready, and there's a few things to consider before picking out a pet.
Okay, so what's the number one thing families should think about before they even visit the Animal Humane Society?
The number one thing is the responsibility. Are you ready for the responsibility that comes with a pet? So feeding the animal every day, caring for it, and really providing it with socialization, companionship. It's an everyday thing. What do you have time for? Do you have time to walk a dog every day? If you don't, maybe a cat is better. Animals can be very expensive. They require a lot of veterinary care and daily food and everything. So do you have the money to pay for an animal?
Okay.
So kind of think about which animal would be best for your lifestyle.
I think sometimes people are maybe afraid to come to a humane society because they figure, oh, those animals are bad or they were turned over for some reason. So can you talk to me a little bit about that part of the decision-making process?
There's a lot of misconceptions about shelters, that they're all old, neglected, animals that are damaged, but they're not damaged goods. This sweetheart is Miley. She's a 6-month-old Chihuahua, wonderful behaved, just a great dog. Shelters are full of amazing animals, and there are millions and millions of animals in shelters that aren't adopted because people are buying pets.
Okay.
Buying from breeders and buying from pet stores. And I just would urge people to really consider shelter adoption, because these animals are already here, they're already with us, they already need homes.
Right.
So don't bring in more animals.
Right.
Let's get the ones that are here homes.
Right, and I mean, we're gonna go inside a little bit later, but I was briefly inside, and I mean, there are so many wonderful, wonderful dogs and cats in there, so I think it's just something really interesting to consider.
And a huge variety in every age, from puppies and kittens to older senior dogs and pets. Did you see something you like?
Miley's standing guard.
She is. And every different breed, if you want a purebred dog, there is a shelter or a rescue group that will have that dog. I mean, you don't need to go to a breeder to get a purebred dog.
Okay.
So just look around and give yourself some time. And another thing is to not choose a dog or cat based on how they look specifically, because a lot of people will fall for a pet just because they're cute. But there's plenty of things to consider other than just their looks.
Right. If I do my work and I'm really conscientious and I choose the perfect animal, and then it doesn't work out, or it isn't a good fit, what's my step then? I come back here?
Yep, you bring the animal back, and we bring the animal back into our care, find somebody else that's a better fit, and then we help you find the pet that's right for you.
Okay.
It's really all about success, because animals, I mean, this dog could probably live 10 to 15 years.
Right.
We don't want it to be the wrong fit for the next 10
Right.
to 15 years, so it's
Right.
really important to get that right fit.
Yeah,
and that's why a shelter is wonderful, because we have really smart people they're just animal people. They know what's best for people.
That's actually really helpful, because you actually have this huge assortment, and then you have a staff that's working with these dogs. So it's not just one person when I hear about this whole team approach and all these different people working with each animal, it really is a great program.
It's really fabulous, because these animals are all placed with the right person, and it's really important to them. Another thing I should mention is adopting from a shelter is hugely beneficial in terms of the financial aspect of it, because these dogs, they have an adoption fee, which is how we continue to do the work we do, but they're spayed and neutered already, they're microchipped, they're vaccinated, they come with a free collar, ID tag, free bag of pet food. You really leave the shelter with everything you need. You don't have to go take them to get their spay-neuter surgery.
Okay.
It's all done for them. So it's really a cost-saving thing too.
That is actually
and for families that are looking to save some money, you get a great dog, and it's just a package deal. It's wonderful.
Well, I have seen this adorable dog, but I actually happen to know there's a lot more pets to see inside. So can we go inside and check it out?
Great. Yeah,
okay.
let's do
Thanks,
it.
Carrie.
Thank you.
We're inside now, so tell me, where are we?
This is the puppy area.
Okay.
Sort of my favorite area. This is where we keep all our small young puppies that are waiting for adoption.
Okay.
They're not here very long. They go home really, really fast, like sometimes within a matter of hours.
That's great to
It
hear.
is awesome.
From what it sounds like, puppies are the most desirable. They're in and out because people can train them and sort of have the dog from the ground up. But there must be older dogs too.
Yep, and a lot of people come in with a wide variety of needs. A lot of people want the older dog. I myself, I don't think I'd bring home a puppy.
I actually am very intrigued by the older dog
it's
as
kind of
well.
like having an infant baby at home. It's a lot of work.
Yes.
So a lot of times people want an older dog. They're already house trained. They might already be really good with kids. They might have lived in a family already.
Okay.
Sometimes we know a lot of information about the older dogs,
Okay.
which helps. But puppies are definitely desirable. It's hard to
Yes.
resist that cute puppy. We don't put a dog in the adoption center until it's ready to be a family pet.
Okay.
So we have a number of programs, and we work really, really hard day and night with these animals to get them to where they need to be, to
All
go
right.
home and just be a really good pet.
Okay, I want to see some.
Awesome,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay. How old are dogs in this area typically?
There are some puppies in here, but usually anywhere from 1 year to 10, 12, 13 years.
Okay.
Average dog probably lives about 10 to 14 years.
Okay.
The smaller breeds live a little bit longer than the larger breeds. We're constantly cleaning. It is a never-ending job to clean
Right.
around here. The amount of laundry we do would blow your mind. It's so much laundry. And we have tons of volunteers who help us with that because we do have staff. We have about 200 staff between our 5 sites, but we
Okay.
have about 1,600 volunteers.
Wow.
So it's very volunteer driven.
That is a serious basket of tennis balls. How many tennis balls do you think you go through?
A lot, hundreds. We have a never-ending supply of toys and tennis balls. Tennis balls tend to be the favorite.
Well, yeah, look at that.
Yes, and if a dog acquires a favorite toy while we're here, we make sure they go home with it.
That is-
because, you know.
Well, you have to.
Exactly. Sometimes they focus in on that one toy. One of the most important things to keep our dogs happy is to get them outside a lot. So we have volunteers who will take them out, play fetch with them, take them for a walk, just really get them the exercise they need so that they don't get stir crazy in the kennels.
Okay.
So we have people that, their volunteer job is to come play with dogs. It's really pretty awesome.
That's really great.
And then also some people, when they're visiting with animals, they want to see what they're like in an outdoor environment. So we let them bring the animal out and see if they're an active family and they want a dog that's going to run around the yard a lot. We
And
let
play
them
catch with the
see.
kids
Yeah.
or fetch and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
that's so great. So
Yep.
when they walk the dogs, they just go in the surrounding area?
Yep,
or-
and we have this beautiful wooded area around us, so the dogs get to go on a really nice walk, and it just gets a lot of their energy out. And
Yes.
they're walked several times a day, so.
So we typically think of dogs and cats at the shelter, but there are other kinds of animals too. And are these animals up for adoption?
Absolutely, we adopt out 10 different species.
Okay.
Cats and dogs are the most common. Rabbits are number 3, and
Okay.
then we've got birds, small critters like guinea pigs, hamsters,
Okay.
mice, rats, ferrets, all your little rodent critter
Yes.
type of animals. And it's really something for everybody. A cat or a dog is a lot of work. A bunny
Right.
is also a lot of work. A hamster, not as much work. A
Right.
guinea pig, not as much. If you're going to adopt a kitten, be prepared for kitten craziness. They
Okay.
can be a little crazy. I always tend to gravitate toward the older cats because their personality is
established.
Yeah, it's established, and you sort of know what kind of cat they're going to become. All kittens are generally pretty crazy, and then they become a wide variety of cats.
Right. Well, it's kind of like a toddler.
Exactly. There are a lot of similarities. Kids love animals, and we just have a really fun program for them, and they get to interact with animals. A lot of them adopt animals while
Yes.
they're here at camp, so that's always a good thing too.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just good to make sure that the next generation will be kind to animals as well.
Okay.
Our facility is completely privately funded, so we get our money from donations and adoption fees.
Okay.
So we're not state or government funded. We really rely on the public to keep us going.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of money to do a lot of good, and luckily the community is really awesome. They love animals, they want to help us, and they want to see us be able to continue to help animals.
That's so great.
It is.
To learn more about the Humane Society and different ways you can contribute and volunteer, visit our website.